What's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for joining me today. Today's video, we are going to do a loaded baked potato. I've got some russet potatoes. I'm gonna cook them on the S&S Kamado grill. I've got a brisket point that I'm gonna season up, get on the pit. We're gonna smoke that. We're gonna smoke some sausage. Once everything is done, we're gonna take that potato, cut it open, hit it with some butter, some sour cream, some cheese. We're gonna top it with just a handful of brisket and sausage. Hit it with some barbecue sauce. This is gonna be good. Let's get started. All right, you guys, so I just wanna show you really quickly. This is my S&S Kamado grill. I'd used it for the last cook on some ribs, and I ran it for, I think it was about 4 hours is how long that cook took. As you can see, once I shut down the top vent and the bottom vent, all the air suffocates the fire, puts it out, and so you have all this extra charcoal or lump left over for another cook. So what I'm gonna do is gonna get rid of some of the ash that's in here. I mean, as you can tell, there's still quite a bit of unused lump here. So we're gonna use that. This is the one thing I heard about this grill that I like. And same thing goes for like the Big Green Egg, the what is it, the Big Joe, or all the other ceramic cookers. That this is one of the good things about them is they really, you could get quite a few cooks out of, you know, one load. So I'm just gonna get rid of some of this, move it around. Oh, it comes with this nice little tool here also. You can see those holes down here at the bottom where the ash is falling through. And then I'll come down here, open that up, and just, with this, pull the ash out, empty it out. So I just wanted to show you how much fuel is still left from the previous cook. So I don't even know if I'm gonna add any more to this. Maybe just pile this up. I don't know, we'll see. Just as I started filming, my neighbors are outside working on the lawn, as you can hear. So it is what it is. I got my fire started here, 2 big chunks of pecan. I'm gonna get the diffuser plate on. Sorry for the background noise, you guys. I'm gonna get the diffuser plate on, bottom vents about halfway open, top vent halfway open. I actually want this to run kind of high. I'm aiming for right about 350 temp-wise. So I want to do this hot and fast. We'll see how it turns out. I got the brisket here. There's a brisket brisket point with some flat meat on top. I already seasoned it. I did no trimming whatsoever. This is right at about 4 pounds. You use whatever rub you like. I went with some fajita seasoning from Fiesta. Then I used the brisket rub from Fiesta, and then the coarse black pepper on top. That's it. This is what the brisket looks like. I got the S&S Kamado coming up to temp, and we're gonna get this bad boy on. Again, I'm gonna try to cook this hot and fast, so anywhere from about 350, 375 maybe. We'll see how it goes. Put a water pan in here. Got the brisket right on there. Got to get this lid closed quick. You can see all the fire coming up here. I'll make sure that dies down. But that's it. We'll check back in about an hour, see what it looks like. All right, so I got my potato here. I did rinse them off. I'm gonna take some canola oil, just right over the top here. Wipe that in some oil, and the reason is I'm gonna take some kosher salt. This is just some Morton's kosher salt. And right over the top, give it a good coating. I'm gonna wrap it in this heavy duty foil and throw it on the smoker, let it cook. Just some oil and some salt. Put it in there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Actually, I'm gonna take a knife here and actually just stab some holes in it, just so some of that heat gets in there. Can't believe I almost forgot that. If you wanna use a fork, you can use a fork. That works well also. All right. Wrap it up. I'll do one more and then I'm gonna do the rest of them off camera. So there's, put that aside. Again, this is just so that some of that heat will get in here and help cook the inside of that potato. So there's that. I take a little bit of oil. Right over the top. This is a quick little binder. And then take this kosher salt. Get it wrapped up and ready for the smoker. So I'm gonna get the rest of them done and then we'll get them outside. I'm gonna throw them on the S&S Kamado, let them cook up with that brisket. Once they're nice and tender, we'll pull them off and we'll let them rest. Hey guys, we're 2 hours in. This S&S Kamado's been sitting right at 330 for the last couple of hours. I'm gonna burp it. Get it up. Oh yeah, there's some nice bark on that brisket. And drain it off. Ooh, hot. I want to drain it off some. But this thing is hot, hot, hot. There you go. I got the potatoes on here. So 2 hours in, man, we're getting some really good bark. It's still kind of soft right here, so we still got a little time to go. I'm gonna actually rotate it this way and then let it go for another hour, and it should be time to wrap then. But 2 hours in, that's what we're looking like. We'll take back in an hour. All right, you guys, these potatoes are done. They've been going for about an hour and a half at 330 degrees. They're really tender. I use this toothpick here to just kind of probe it, to taste or to test the tenderness. They're perfect. So we're gonna let these rest. I'm gonna throw them in my Kamado actually, so they stay warm. And then the brisket is still going. I'm gonna throw the sausage on. I'll show you what that looks like here in a bit once we head back outside. But these are done again. An hour and a half, 330 degrees, did the job. So we're gonna let these rest in my Kamado so they stay warm, and then we're gonna get the rest of this cook finished up. All right, so the potatoes are in the Kamado over to the left. This is the sausage I'm using, the Southside Market beef sausage. This is not the sausage I would prefer to use, but this is all I could get last minute. So I prefer to get my sausage from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company, but I was unable to do that today. So we're gonna burp this here and just throw this sausage on the top rack here and just let it cook up. It shouldn't take too long. I don't know if these are already pre-cooked. I haven't read the package. They kind of look like it, so it shouldn't take too long. But the brisket still has a ways to go, so still want to get these on, and even when they're done early, we'll let them rest. So that's what we're looking like. We'll check back on this brisket here in about 30 minutes. All right, so we have everything done. Here I got the potatoes, I've got the sausage, I've got the brisket. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut all the sausage up, I'm gonna chop up all the brisket, and then I'll come back, we'll open up a potato, get all that dressed up, ready to go, and we'll see what this loaded potato looks like. All right, so we have the potato here. I took it out of the full pack. What I'm gonna do is just gonna slice this right down the middle. Not all the way through, don't go all the way through, just kind of open it up. Just like that. I'm going to hit it with some, it's incredible, because that is good on everything. That's going to be my seasoning right over the top there. I'm going to come behind that with the stick of butter. We're going to let that melt. Actually, I'm going to cut this in half. This might be a little too big. We're gonna cut that in half. And once we add everything else on top, that should kind of help this butter melt. The potato is still really hot, so close that up, let it melt it up some. A hot potato. It's definitely gonna melt that butter. So we got that. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sour cream right over the top. You know what? Let's go a little bit more. Let's load that up with sour cream. I'm gonna hit it with some Kobe and Monterey Jack cheese. Just a little bit there. Then I'm going to top it with I got that brisket here that I chopped up. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I'm just gonna take, you know what? I got a glove on, so I'm just gonna take a handful of that. Bam, right on top. I want this thing to be huge. We're gonna take about half a slice of sausage. Put that right on top. That looks good. Then I'm going to top it with a little bit of barbecue sauce. You can use your favorite sauce. What I have here is actually a mixture of a couple of different sauces. So, and I went with the sweet sauce. I think the sweet with the saltiness of the brisket is going to be excellent. Right over the top. Hit it with a little more cheese on top. Actually, a lot more cheese. Right over the top. And then I'm just gonna dress it with a little bit of green onion. Right over the top. That's gonna look pretty. There, that looks good. And that's it. This is the loaded. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. You guys, if you have a name for this, leave it below. If we could get this thing named, whoever comes up with the best name, I'll throw a little giveaway in there. I'll shoot you a rub or a sauce or something from Cosmo Q. If you want to name this thing, you know, I'll go to the comments, whoever has the best name, I'll pick it. I'll send you a gift, a little thank you, but this is what it looks like. Look at that. Good gosh almighty. That in itself is a meal. This is gonna be good. I don't even know where to dig in, but we're gonna try it out. All right, so here it is. This is loaded potato. This thing is huge. We get a little bit of sausage. Get some brisket in here. Some of this potato. Good gosh, this thing is big. Let's give it a taste. Oh, you know, I want to get some of this cheese and green onion on top. You guys, this thing is good. I'll get another piece. The potato. That is incredible that I put on the potato, gave it a great seasoning. The brisket is a little salty. The sauce is sweet, so I think it goes great with that brisket. This is a whole meal in itself. All right, you guys, that potato is good. I think the sauces worked well with the brisket. The saltiness of the brisket worked really well with the sweetness of the sauce. That sour cream and butter, It's Incredible on the potato is always, listen, that's always a winner. So Anyway, this is the first time that I've ever made this dish. I'm digging it. It came out excellent. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Take care.